Hey guys, today we're doing something a little bit different if you can't tell. I'm not in a neighborhood, I am giving you a tour of the chain of lakes here in Winter Haven. So if it's afternoon, grab yourself a cold drink and join us because I'm gonna show you what it's like to live on the chain of lakes in Winter Haven. Okay guys, so we are out here in front of Old Man Frank's, a waterfront dining restaurant here on Lake Howard. Now, I'm not gonna take you on all the lakes because that would take longer than you guys are gonna watch, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna give you an idea of what it's like, some of the houses. I'm gonna get a little closer and just to give you an idea, we got a guy over here in a bass boat fishing. And I'm doing this on a Friday. It is 2 o'clock, so it's not that busy. If you come out here on a weekend, there's gonna be jet skis, there's gonna be jet boats, there's gonna be pontoon boats, there's gonna be all sorts of boats, tubers and skiers and fishers, kayakers, stand-up paddleboard people. It's out here, you name it, it's happening on the weekends. So directly this way, you can go to Lake Cannon, which then goes to Lake Mirror and then to Lake Spring. You go back to Lake Cannon and you go further north towards Auburndale. That's gonna take you to Lake Idlewild, Lake Jesse, and Lake Hartridge. On Lake Hartridge, you can go to the locks and go through the North Chain. Now, I'm not gonna cover that because that's all just residential homes on the water. Unlike what's down here, the farther south you go, the more stuff there is till you get to the middle. After Lake May, we're going to Lake May next. I'm gonna show you the restaurants and I'll put some footage in here of some bands playing if we come back out here later. I think we're going to. So this will be chopped up with some day footage and some evening footage. So check it out and let me know what you think. We are pulling up here next to Old Man Frank's right now. I'm gonna show you what it's like, show you some dock space, talk about what Old Man Frank says a little bit. We're gonna go through the canal. I'm gonna take you over past Caribbean Bay to Tanner's Lakeside and Twisted Prop. So let's get right on that. All right, guys, you can see they have a little dock, they have outdoor seating, a little deck area. They typically have live music on the evenings, Friday, Saturday, Sunday during the day. And right out here in front of Old Man Frank's is a lot of times the regatta, the raft up, big party. A lot of people come by and hang out here. The band stage, you can see it is back there against the seawall. It got blown around in Milton and they have not fixed it yet. So the band is currently inside on the back deck. And we're out here, you can see I got Finn Dog with me. He's not a big, huge fan of being on the boat, but he's a fan of doing stuff outside. So I'm gonna show you coming through the Lake May Canal. Now, the lakes are not no wake, but within 100 feet on each side and through the canal is no wake. So we're doing nice and slow cruise through here. I'm gonna give you an idea of Caribbean Bay and Tanner's as we come by. And like I said, this is gonna be a longer video, so I'm sorry if you are expecting a short little cruise around the lakes. This one's probably gonna be, I don't know, 40 minutes. Could be a long one, but coming through here and you can see, you need to note the low bridge clearance. We have a little bit over 8 feet of clearance from the bridge. So if you guys are moving down here and you have a boat with a T-top, you need to be very well aware of your bridge clearance because there are some low bridges here. Typically 7 to 8.5 feet is what you have, but with a bimini or a pontoon boat, something with a lower top like what we have, you can get through there no problem. Here we are passing by Caribbean Bay. Again, nice quiet afternoon. Typically a band here. And farther down this little canal to the right is Caribbean Bay bait and tackle. So you can go in there and get some shiners and worms and whatever else you need for live bait, some hooks, leaders, all that little yellow building down there. And we're coming up to Tanner's. This is probably one of my favorites on the chain. Twisted Prop is directly over here by Marine Supply, but Tanner's has a full bar where Twisted Prop is beer and wine only. So something to be mindful of. And they have a big, so they have the restaurant and then they have a big outdoor covered area. We're gonna take a little shortcut here through the lily pads and you can see the actual outdoor dining here, and it's a beautiful day, 2 o'clock. It is 74 degrees and there's 3 clouds in the sky. I just counted them. There are a lot of events here on the weekends. There is a wrestling show, live music, ski shows. They have the barefoot on the chain starts here. Just a lot of stuff out of this little area right here. This is Tanner's on the water. You have up here in front of us some rental pontoon boats. I think they're like $300 a day for 6 hours or something like that. You can come out and cruise around. As you can see, not a whole lot going on right here, but you can just beach the boat right here, go up, get yourself a meal, go to the bar, get a drink or a Coke or tea or whatever, and have yourself a little afternoon right out here. And on the weekends, again, we're on Friday, on Saturday, that over there by the shed is where the stand-up paddleboard and kayak stuff and the boat rentals come and go from. So you come right down here, they've got a little dock and it brings you out. And you're here on Lake May. This is Lake May. Across here, we'll get over there in a minute, is Marine Supply. This is the only marina and the only fuel that is available on the chain of lakes. So if you live on the chain and you don't want to carry jugs around, you're gonna have to come Lake May, come over here and get some fuel. And this is also Twisted Prop. Have a good burger. It's just kind of like regular bar food, fries, wraps, stuff like that. Typically live music, again, on the weekends. If we come back over here later tonight, I will show you some of the music that's playing, and you can like drive around. What we do on the weekends is come out here, drive around, find the band that we like, and go to that restaurant, hang out front. So pretty cool that you can do that. You can even anchor up out, we have our grill with us. You can see right down here. And we're gonna cook our own meal out here just because we like to cook. And all right, so that was Tanner's. Now we are coming over here. I'm showing you Twisted Prop and Marine Supply. This is the only fuel on the chain. So if you live on the chain, this is where you're gonna have to come. They got a fuel dock right over there. You can keep your boat here if you're off the chain. This is the Marine Supply boat ramp right here. So not just anybody can use that. You have to be Marine Supply to use that one, but there are plenty of boat ramps here on the chain. And back over here to Twisted Prop, normally there's a band going. There'll probably be a band. It's 2 o'clock, probably 4 o'clock, I'd guess they start. You can see they've got docks coming out, so you can just come right on out on your boat, go up there, grab yourself a meal, grab yourself a cold drink, and then get back to whatever it was that you were doing out here. And then we are now leaving Lake May. We're gonna go back to Lake Shipp. Now Lake Shipp has another restaurant on it called Harborside. It's a little bit more fine dining, so we don't really go there because we're typically in swimsuits, and I don't know how they feel about that. Maybe the downstairs bar, that's okay. Inside, you want to be a little bit more dressed. Probably a collared shirt. It's 76, the water's probably freezing. We're not planning on swimming today, so we're not in tank tops out here like we're at the beach. But Harborside, and there's 2 boat ramps, public boat ramps. The biggest one, the Lake Shipp, and then the old Lake Shipp, the smaller one. So I'm gonna get on up and we're gonna show you that here in just a second. That was Lake May. Now we are in Lake Shipp. This is where most people put in. Over here on this side behind you, can't really see if you'll pan that way. There's a couple homes, then there's some industrial. There's actually a big industrial piece that is for sale right there by those tanks. So if you're interested in getting an industrial lakefront piece of property here on Lake Shipp, let me know. We can talk about it. But I'm gonna bring you up here. Harborside is up there in the front. And over here is the other boat ramp. Where's it? Right there. And that is more like there's playgrounds, there is pavilions, and you can beach the boat and hang out over there a little bit more. This boat ramp on the east side of Lake Shipp is more parking only. There's 4 double ramps, so 8 boats at a time can come and go. There is a lot more parking over here than there is over there, but if you are doing a party and you want to go out on the boat for a little bit and come back, birthday party or something like that, a lot of that happens over here. You can rent the pavilions from the city, the playground area. There are bathrooms there. There's bathrooms over here too. They close 30 minutes before dark, and lots and lots of parking. I've got some drone footage of that I'll put in here so you can see, but that's the main ramp that most people go and put in on because that's the most parking. Like the ramp at Lake Summit, there's room for maybe 15 trailers, so it gets really busy on the weekends unless you're gonna get out early. And the same thing over here, there's probably 20 spots. We're here, I think there's like 80 parking spots for trailers, truck and trailer, so plenty of room there. And on the weekends, people park in the ditch and across the street, so it fills up. But coming up here, we're gonna get up to Harborside. There's not really live music here. They do have a beach. There was a seaplane here earlier. Looks like it's already taken off and gone back to doing whatever seaplanes do. And jet ski rentals. So I'll get you up here to Harborside, show you that. We'll cruise on through. We are headed to Lake Winterset. So I'm gonna get you through Lake Lulu and Lake Eloise, talk to you about Legoland, that used to be Cypress Gardens, Lake Summit, and we'll move on through there. So we'll pass Harborside here in just a second. All right, so leaving Lake Shipp now, headed to Lake Lulu. See here, Harborside. You can see plenty of dock. Nice new dock. The old dock was just about underwater. Built in a new one. And over here you have the Lake Region water management area. This is where they come and empty out all of the garbage cans. FWC puts in here. So if you're doing anything illegal, keep an eye on them. This is where the seawall repairs for the docks or the canals all happens from right over here. And then this is a longer canal. Got my assistant gonna drive the boat. Finn Dog's up here taking a nap. He's not a big boat dog, huh? So here we're gonna come through and get to Lake Lulu. Lake Lulu's a more narrow lake. Pretty good fishing here, I think, because there's always people on the one side on the right as we come up here that are fishing. And there is the drainage canal that drains out to Peace Creek that goes to Peace River to control the water height here. A lot of you guys ask about flooding on the chain. Water can get high, but it does have natural drainage out to Peace Creek. And coming through here, lots of bridges here. This is one of the longer canals. It's not the longest. Lake Roy is probably the longest canal. We're not gonna go there because it just takes you out over by Cypress Gardens Boulevard. I'll give a map tour at the end. I'll click through and show you where all this is and repoint everything out and go over the boat ramps and the restaurants and how to get from here to there to there to here and go over all that. But coming under the railroad bridge, first one, this is a smaller one that's not heavily used. They do have some storage over here so you can rent and park your boat. This is one of the spots you can see. If you're in an HOA community and you cannot have your boat in your yard, this might be an option for you. And they do have indoor storage. We're coming up, this is 17 coming over us. Got a guy up here fishing. Definitely good fishing here in the Lulu to Shipp Canal. All right, this bridge is it goes to the CSX rail yard, and it's low right here. So the Amtrak station is right up here, and then this bridge goes on. So you could come out here and get run over by a train in your boat if you wanted to. Nice little low area. So I'm not gonna film a whole lot of this canal. You see it's pretty long and there's nothing really out here. So I am waiting because over here you can see the Advent Field Center, where the baseball fields, the city pool, and all that stuff are. That's right over here. So there's a lot of stuff going on over here, a lot of tournaments, volleyball tournaments, I think inside. There's just a lot of stuff going on in there. I don't know if you can see that way over off in the distance, but this is 17, and then Cypress Gardens Boulevard comes in right over there. And again, I'll go over the map with you here in a little bit and give you an idea where that is. Actually, it looks like there's a bunch of teams out there right now I see a lot of people standing around on the field. You guys probably can't see that, but a lot of people out there. And as we come through here, I do want to point out, you can see how the water looks. I'm going to give you a comparison in these lakes versus in Lake Winterset, and you'll see why that's where we like to go. We're out here on Lake Lulu now. Over here is a whole bunch of nothing currently, but on the other side of the road right over there is going to be Harmony at Lake Eloise. I'm going to show you some more of that when we get over into Lake Eloise, but that is over here. Over this side of the lake though is a bunch of houses. So I'm gonna run you over here a little closer. We've got some little condos starting under 200 here. So you get a little bit of everything. And towards the end, before the map tour, I'm gonna give you guys an idea of what is for sale out here. and the price ranges. So you can get something like one of these little townhome condos right around 200,000, or you can spend 2.5 million. So it really just depends on what you're looking for, what your budget is, and which lake that you want to be on. The farther north on the chain you are, the more affordable the homes are. Lake Eloise, Lake Winterset are the most expensive real estate in the area. So keep that in mind. That's like being not the Bahamas with the crystal clear water, but the water is a lot cleaner. I'll show you. Let me get a better view of, so you can see the wake running back here. You can kind of see down in here, this lake's not that bad right now. It's kind of cool. So you can see in there a little bit, but in Winterset, it is much clearer. So just give you a little idea of the difference. We've got Finn up here taking a quick power nap. And then just homes over here on Lake Lulu. So these are not gonna have a direct sunset view. The sunset is gonna be over here. So these are south facing. This is the north side of the lake here. Sunrise is gonna be over here. That canal goes to Lake Eloise. You probably can't see it too far away. I'll just give you a little pan here of some of the homes that are options. This is just some of the real estate here on the chain. Nothing is currently for sale on this lake. There's only 3 homes currently as of today that are for sale out here. One of them's on Lake Jesse, one of them's on Lake Mirror. The other one is on Lake Eloise. We're gonna drive you by it and show it to you. Those homes range from 600 to 1.7 million to 1.9 million. It's not the range, that is what they actually are. So you can find homes on this lake when they come up in the 700s. Just depends on the homes, on the updates. Pool, if it's got a dock, lot size, stuff like that. But you can see a lot of these use lake water for irrigation, so they all have really pretty yards. Spring is happening right now. It's early March, so the trees are starting to get real green again. It's about to be really pretty. But these are the homes. You come down, you get in your boat after work, go over to Lake May, hear some live music, get dinner, and you don't even have to get in the car. And you can see we have some jet skiers, so there's room for everybody. Now, if you're a jet skier or a boater, especially a jet skier, because we see this more, no wake in the canals. You guys need to slow down in the canals. This guy, he's fine out here. You can do that out here. You can cruise in the lakes. In the canals, you gotta slow down. Within 100 feet, FWC is out here. They will get you. So you gotta be mindful of that. Back to the houses. See, some people don't use their docks, some people use their docks. I'm not gonna show you too much out here on Lake Lulu. I'm gonna kind of save the houses for when we're on Winterset and Lake Eloise, which is coming right up in just a second. All right, that was Lake Lulu. The canal to Lake Roy is over here. I'm not gonna show you that because that's a long way to go for a little lake with a couple houses and not much going on. There's no restaurants or anything like that. It has Cypress Gardens Boulevard, just runs around it. We're gonna get you up here. We're gonna go through this canal. I'm gonna show you Legoland. I'm gonna show you where Harmony at Lake Eloise is gonna be. And then we're gonna get you out to Lake Winterset. We are now in Lake Eloise. Straight ahead, you can kind of see it, is a little bit of Legoland, but I wanna show you one of the options if you are moving over here and you don't wanna own a boat. Down this little canal is where the Freedom Boat Club is. So you can pay, I think it's a couple $1,000 to sign up, and then it's $400 something a month. And you can reserve a pontoon boat or a deck boat. And it comes out of this little canal right up here. And you're on Lake Eloise, and you can rent it for, I think you get like a 4-hour or 8-hour time block or something like that. And you have a boat. You don't have to store it, you don't have to fuel it, you don't have to clean it, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to maintain it. You just call them, book a reservation for your membership, and you're good to go. Here's one that they just built. This is a monster. I'm not sure how big it is. It wasn't for sale. Somebody bought that lot and built that one. They're still working on it. And this little stretch here is some of the more expensive, but not all of, because on the other side of the lake, you can see this is a good sized lake here. There is a lot of expensive homes right over there all along over there. There's some neighborhoods on canals. Lake Winterset Canal is over there. Legoland is dead ahead. And then this little stretch here has some real nice homes on it. If you guys are looking to make a move to the chain, you want to live out here, you want to do this, call me, 863-333-5053. Book a call. I'd like to see this house right here. Look, they've got the infinity pool with, looks like a roll-up screen. That is the setup right there. So if you guys are looking for something like that, that one's not for sale. Or I'd see if we could go look at it and throw a tour in here. I do have a couple tours on the channel of some lakefront homes. And that when you guys call and you're asking about, oh, what's the chain, that's what this video is for. This video is not going to be for just everybody. I cover a lot of area. This is in Winter Haven. This is a big draw because you can come out here during the week, on the weekends, whenever you want, and this is in your backyard. If you were to buy one of these houses right over here, this is your backyard. You got somebody fishing, you got a nice boathouse. All right, that was the north side of Lake Eloise. Legoland runs all back in here. I'm going to take you over into Lake Summit, show you Lake Summit. This is, if you have a boat with a T-top or with something that isn't going to fit under a 7 to 8 foot bridge, this is the ramp you're going to want to put in on, because then you can come to Lake Eloise, which is one of the biggest. I'm not sure if Eloise or Winterset are actually bigger. I think Eloise is actually bigger. So you have the biggest lake, but you need to come up here to the Lake Summit boat ramp. I'm going to show you that here in just a second as we get through. But this is all Cypress Gardens. You can see they're doing a little tour boat right over there. That is the Florida-shaped pool. And I don't know if you can hear it over me talking, but there's a lot of stuff going on. The other good thing about most of these houses is they're not in an HOA or CDD. So as you can see here, these people bought this house and they put a humongous playhouse garage out here at their little peninsula. Looks like they had a fire last night and it's still burning. It's a great way, it's a great lifestyle. I mean, you just jump in the boat and go. Water skier, all sorts of area to water ski, barefoot, slalom courses on the lake. Here straight ahead you can see is the Lake Summit boat ramp and little park. Again, not very big, so you got to get here early or you are out of parking. It's Friday afternoon and it looks like we're about halfway full as it is. I'm going to speed this up a little bit, camera woman, so I don't fall in. Do a little loop out here. No restaurants or anything on this lake either. That is all back on Lake Shipp, Lake May, and Lake Howard. Nothing else out here. You got to bring your own food if that's what you're into, but this is a nice little lake and we're passing right over here is the single boat ramp at Lake Summit. You can see there is a little beach, so you can beach your boat and hop off. So if you're solo loading or unloading, it's easy to take the boat off trailer, beach it, go move the truck, park the truck and trailer. As you can see, there's one row of parking and it fills up pretty quick. And then over here is the little beach area with picnic tables, and that's for car parking only. So the parking here is already just about halfway filled up on a Friday afternoon, but that's because this is the closest boat ramp to Lake Eloise and the last one on the chain. So that you can't, there's no chain, no public boat ramp on Lake Winterset or on Lake Eloise. This is it. Otherwise you got to go to Lake Shipp where we were earlier and put in there and get through the bridges. So if you have a boat with a T-top, you're going to want to come over to the Lake Shipp boat ramp. I mean, sorry, to the Lake Summit boat ramp. That's where we are right now. See these homes all over here, built in the 60s and 70s. A lot of them have been updated, some of them have not. But out here, Lake Summit, currently 0 homes for sale. There's typically not a lot of homes for sale on the chain. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube, I will have a link in the description for where you can see the homes for sale on the chain or with Chain of Lakes access which of right now there are not very many available because you guys call me and I look and there's not a lot. So if you are wanting to come out and do this, let's come out and have a look. We can take you on a boat tour, show you the house from the water, show you where you'd want to go out here on the chain and what it would be like to live the lake life. So that over there, the cards that are coming and going, that is lake, that is not a lake, that is Cypress Gardens Boulevard that runs you right in front of Legoland, which the Legoland water park is right here in front of us. I don't know if you can really see that. You cannot access Legoland from the water. It is all blocked off. You have to go through the gate. You can't sneak in for free that I know of. I don't know, maybe you can, but I have not ever done that. I don't think that you can just sneak in the back of Legoland and go to the water park or anything like that. So this is the water park. I'm gonna get you back through this canal and into Lake Eloise again and show you Lake Eloise, show you where Harmony at Lake Eloise is coming in. So I'll see you guys in 1 second. Here's Blackbeard in the Florida pool, which they have terribly neglected, I feel. And this used to be where the ski show was. But they canceled that. Effective in January of 2025. No more ski shows. So you used to be able to come up where these blue bumpers are. It used to be tires that were strung together from the Cypress Gardens days, when this was the first attraction theme park in Florida, opened by Dick Pope. Don't remember the year, a long time ago, but it was a botanical garden, thousands of species of plants, all sorts of wildlife. Was Six Flags for a little bit and is now Legoland, Florida. Ski show used to be here. It is no longer now. Not sure what they're going to do with this area. I know they are getting ready to put in a aquarium. I feel like that would be good use of this space if they were to tear down these bleachers, the old stands, stadiums, and maybe put them there. I don't know where any of that's going to be. I haven't been to Legoland in a long time. But we're cruising around out here, showing you Lake Eloise. I'm about to, maybe we'll go to Winterset and then come back across the lake. I think that's a good idea, don't you think, camerawoman? Winterset, come back across and show you what's going on over here. So we're going to boogie on out to Winterset because it's not a long ride, but we don't want to go this slow. Get you out there, show you what's going on out there, and then I'll bring you back over there where Harmony at Lake Eloise is going to come in. And that's why I'm so excited about that neighborhood, because it's going to give the residents of Harmony access to the chain of lakes. So you guys buy a house, you're going to see us out here. If you get a boat and you come out here, then this will turn into Renaissance, another community out here, gated, guarded communities. I do have a video tour of one of these homes right up here coming up that has recently just sold. $1.75 million. Get you this lifestyle right here. Here we're coming up to Little Lake Winterset. This is our favorite lake to anchor on and hang out and swim. A little bit cold for us personally to be swimming, but you can see here there are people doing it. Now this little peninsula is owned by somebody, so you can be like they are, but you cannot be out of the water. On the weekends, this place is slam packed full of boats up and down here, all over the place. Even on this other house over here where they have planted that hedge, that is mainly where people come anchor up, but over here now too. But what we really love is sneaking in this little Lake Winterset right over here. And you can see how clear this water is. This is why we like to come out here, because you can see to the bottom. There's somebody's cup over there. That's a beer can. If you guys are out here enjoying the lakes, clean up after yourselves. As you can see in here, we're getting a little tiny lake. It's absolutely beautiful though. During the weekends there's probably, how many boats you think out here? 30? 20, 30 boats all just anchored up. It's nice if people can be mindful of their music volume. Sometimes people want everybody to hear their music, and there's nothing you can do about it. So be courteous, watch your wake, keep your music down, and take your trash home with you. These homes here are in Renaissance. I'll go over that with you. This one right up here sold for, I think it was $2.4 million. Absolutely beautiful. I wish I would have got in and done a video tour of that for you guys, but I did not. Sold in 3 days. That's how quick these things go. You guys are looking to be on, especially Little Lake Winterset, but on Lake Winterset in general, you got to be on my list so we can call you as soon as these things come on, because this is where everybody wants to live. Because this is spring-fed water. This is probably 30 feet deep out here. Just absolutely stunning. This community has its own boat ramp, and there's another one over here for this other little smaller community that also has a community boat ramp, so you don't even have to go anywhere. You can just leave your house, go to your community boat ramp, put the boat in, go take your truck trailer back, park it, and you're out here doing this. This is just too much fun. It's like being at the beach, but there's no sharks. Or alligators. There's a couple, but they're small and they're friendly. See, you've got a big old ski boat here. A little bit of everything. This is the Renaissance boat ramp. And there's a whole bunch of floaty things. What is this? Avocado pits. Why is there so many avocado pits in the middle of the lake? Is there a taco boat out here? What do you guys think of the tour? This is the Chain of Lakes. This is what we love, this is what we do. You could do it too if you moved here. Check it out, 863-333-5053. Love to talk to you about your move to Central Florida, because this is right here. You could buy one of these houses when they come on the market, and this could be your backyard. I don't know what else to say. I've said it 100 times, don't you think? 100 times. Yeah, we anchor up right out here. I am going to flip over now to a little bit of drone footage, show you guys the lake from the air. Brought you back over here to show you what is going to be the waterfront at Harmony, Lake Eloise. Somewhere right along here on this little hill. I'll give you some aerial footage, I'm gonna show you in just 1 second. But this is where the water amenities and commercial building for Harmony at Lake Eloise are gonna be. Right back here behind me is gonna be it. So you'll be able to watch over here the fireworks. Used to be a ski show, not anymore. Maybe they'll bring it back, I doubt it. And you'll have access to the Chain of Lakes that we've been doing out here with you for the last however long this video is, probably 40 minutes or so. So I'm gonna run you a little bit of aerial footage, and then we are going to head back to the office, put this video together, show you a little map tour, show you what's for sale, what's sold, because there's not a whole lot for sale here on the chain, and just give you an idea of what this is. I'll give you a map tour of where we were, where we are right now with Harmony at Lake Eloise. I'm excited about that because it's gonna have this lake access, and that is unheard of in a new community. So stay tuned. I'll be right back and show you the map tour. Okay guys, back in the office here. As you can tell, we are looking at chain of lakes homes on the map here. Now I'm going to give you a little overview of the actual chain of lakes here in the MLS. So starting up here in the north side by the Winter Haven Airport is Lake Jesse, Lake Idlewild, Lake Hartridge. And up here on the northeast corner of Lake Hartridge is the locks that come through to the north chain. Now I didn't cover this. There's not any restaurants or entertainment. This is all just residential and some commercial properties on these lakes up here. Lake Cannon, so coming through Lake Idlewild, you can see the canal here going underneath Havendale to Lake Cannon, Lake Mirror to Spring Lake. Spring Lake also is kind of similar to Winterset with a little bit clearer water, but all of this is, there's homes all around here. Coming back through Spring Lake is a dead end. You have to go to Lake Mirror, Lake Cannon, and then you come back over here. This little pretty canal coming down from Lake Cannon to Lake Howard gets you to where we started this video, right out here in the middle, well, not the middle, but off of Old Man Frank's. Old Man Frank's is right here. We came right through this canal. There's Caribbean Bay here, Tanner's is here, the lakeside aspect of it is here, and you can see this is what I'm talking about on the weekends. There's people that have a bounce house out here. The boats, you just pull your boat right up here, throw an anchor down, or if you have power poles, or just ram up on shore a little bit. Come on up here, live music is here, they have the wrestling, they're just a whole bunch of stuff all the time. Same thing over at Tanner's, they have a little dock right here you can get to. Caribbean Bay, they have a dock here. And then like you saw in the video, there's parking all along for Old Man Frank's. Same thing coming over here to Twisted Prop. This is, they have a parking problem there. They don't have a whole lot of parking, but they do have the boat ramps on the dock here, or the boat slips that you can come in and tie off. See, this boat here has got a power pole down. And coming down here to Marine Supply. So if you're coming in and need fuel, they have fuel docks right here, your only fuel option. But then coming through Lake May, and I should have come back down, they do have some canals over here. There is new construction happening right back here. But the canal, you come through back over here to get into Lake Shipp. And Lake Shipp is the one with the two boat ramps. Here is the larger one, and you can see all the parking. And again, this has to be on a weekend because there's people pulling trailers in and out. You can see the water everywhere. Lots of parking, and they're even parked up here in the ditch, and they come down here and park over here as well, kind of more towards Harborside. This is Harborside right here. They've got a new dock, they've got the white beach that you can go out and enjoy, and then basically straight across the lake over here by Sertoma Ballpark is the other smaller Lake Shipp boat ramp. And I said there's probably 20 spots, looks like there might be closer to 30, but there's only one ramp. But you can see what I mean here. There's a bunch of beach line, a bunch of shore where you could come up, park the boat. So if you had kids that you want to go tubing, and there's, you're having a party, there's a playground, there's restrooms, there's different pavilions over here that you can reserve, and a dock. So if you were going to grill, you want to go on the boat for a little bit, do some tubing, come back in, drop some people off, take some people back out, this would probably be a good idea for you. But then coming through this canal here from Lake Shipp going to Lake Lulu, this is going past the Advent Fieldhouse where they are redoing, this used to be spring training for the Cleveland Indians, and now they are reclaiming all this area and making it baseball fields. But Lake Lulu, you come out here, this is the drainage canal that I was talking about. It comes down and dumps into the Peace Creek that goes to the Peace River. And coming up here, I didn't go to Lake Roy because this is a smaller lake and there's just homes and Cypress Gardens Boulevard around it. But you can see here it's a longer canal with a pretty low clearance here too. This and Lake Mirror, going from Cannon to Lake Mirror, are probably the two lowest bridges that there are on the chain of lakes. So coming through here, and then you go straight through this into Lake Eloise. And I did show we come back in here. This is where the Freedom Boat Club is at the corner of Avenue Z and West Lake Eloise Drive. So if you were wanting to be into boating, but you didn't have the room or a truck to pull the boat or storage for the boat, or you just don't want to deal with it, that's a good option for you. So you should look into that. Freedom Boat Club, Winter Haven. Coming over here is Lake Eloise. This is Lake Summit. We came up here into Lake Summit. This is the little canal here. You can see the Legoland water park is here. You can see, all of Legoland is here. And this used to be the tires that I was talking about in there, but they are now replaced. And coming on down over to right here is the Lake Winterset Canal. And even from the Google satellite image here, you can see that Lake Winterset water quality is nicer than the other lakes. But you come out here, this is a nice big lake. There's some condos over here, some homes that are waterfront, but not water access. So you can see here's 189 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. This is right on Cypress Gardens Boulevard, right down the road from Legoland. And then our favorite is Little Lake Winterset right here. And you can see what kind of homes are. These are the massive $2.5+ million for these right along here. And along here, they're all $1 million+. And this is the land that I was talking about that is owned by somebody, so you cannot get on land, but you are legally allowed to be in the water in the shallows. And you can see all the boat propellers that have gone through here to go into Little Lake Winterset. So getting back over here, coming back through the canal, and there's also a Little Lake Eloise, but it's little and just homes around there. Coming back over here, this is where we're talking about Harmony. Lake Eloise is going to be all of this. They've already built this road and they're putting homes in here. They're already selling in here. This is phase 1, it's done. Phase 2, they're working on getting into phase 3 up here. The pool is already installed right about here, I believe it is, off of Hummingbird. And this road is going to go away, and this whole area up here, somewhere up here, is going to be the huge amenity center with a pool. Talking about a restaurant, they're talking about the playground, talking about the yoga yards, all that stuff. It's going to be right up here. And this is basically kind of across the lake from Legoland, but that'll give you access to the chain of lakes where you can go from here all the way back up to here, just cruising, fishing, doing whatever. As you can see from this map, there are a ton of lakefront homes here, but not a ton of chain of lakes homes here. There's actually 3. I'm going to go over, actually I think a 4th one just popped up, but this one, the farthest north you can get, Lake Jesse, 650. This is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, right across the street from the seaplane base. You can actually see the runway over here for Gilbert Airport here in Winter Haven. This is right down the road from a boat ramp, 2-car garage. This is what 650 on the chain gets you. So if you're wanting on the chain, this is the most affordable, and it's the only one available right now under $100,000 or under $1 million, $650,000. I'm not going to go through all the pictures here because I don't know when you're going to watch this. I don't know if this is going to be available. It's been on the market for 3 weeks. Coming over here, the next one is on Lake Mirror. This one is the one that's just over $1 million, $1,074,000. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with a covered boat dock, almost 4,000 square feet. It's got a pool. It's got a landing area down here for hang out by the beach. So that you can see they've got the ski boat. That ski boat with the tower on it would not make it through the Lake Mirror to Lake Cannon bridge. The pontoon boat will, the tri-toon will, but this one you can see they've got a nice pool with a hot tub. And yes, this one I'm talking about. This here would not make that bridge. So this lays down. You can see they've got that where it will fold down so they can get through that bridge because it is a low bridge. But this is the canal is where that canal be. Canal will be right over here. Then you can see this lake. You can see the sand in there. It's not as clear as the spring-fed ones, but it's still not bad. So moving on to the other one that was available, and I didn't even mention these on Spring Lake. There is Spring Lake Towers, some condos. These are 55 plus smaller condos, 169, 150 going up, but they do look over over the lake. They have a pool, they have shuffleboard, and they do have first come, first served docks there. And you can see there's a Publix. The Publix is right back here, so super convenient to get to Publix, medical facilities, hospitals not far downtown. You can see yours right over there. Pretty good location. But the other one that I wanted to show you, just to give you an idea, and I'll pop over, I saw another pin. Nothing on Lake Howard right now. The other one is right here. This is in Eagles Trace. This one's 1.9 basically. This is a 30 days on market now, 4-bedroom, 5.5 bath, 1 acre with 145 feet on Lake Eloise, basically directly across from Legoland. Legoland's right over here. You can see the stadium that used to be for the ski show that they have quit doing. Big, beautiful house. Looks like a guest house out by the pool. Big panoramic windows. You got a dock with the lifts, and your sunrise would be right over here. This is on the west side of the lake, so you've got beautiful views right here on one of the biggest and most popular lakes on the chain of lakes. So I did see one more over here on Lake Summit as I was clicking around. This one, 1.19, 4,500 square feet. Solar panels. This one has carport, and on Lake Summit, so pretty lakes, double covered boat lift, private pool, of course. So this is what's available. I don't think that there is anything else right now available on the chain beside those 4. Look over here. Yep, not on the chain. On Winterset, the one I do have a video of this one. It's on a canal. It comes back in here. I do have a video here. This one's 1.3. You can see I did a walkthrough tour of this home before. It is sharp, but it doesn't have the open. Oh, excuse me, the open lakefront views. But it does put you on a canal going out to Winterset. So if this house was on the lake directly, it would probably be 1.7. But because it's on the canal, it's a little bit less, and it does have a boat dock, and it's not far. It's, you know, it's just a couple lots in, and that's here in Windsor. This is a gated community right out by, this is Wyndham, this is Windsor. Renaissance is here, and coming around to the even smaller one that these don't ever really go for sale. There's 3 of them in Osprey Estates. This is one of the biggest ones out here, and there's a whole bunch. This little community is there. Hold on, let me get off of this and go to this and then this. These communities have community boat docks and boat ramps. So you could get this one for $1,075,000 and come over here to the community boat dock and just put your boat in. Same thing here at Winterset Gardens. The community boat ramp is right here when you come in. So you pay the HOA dues, and you get access to this locked lot with the boat ramp. So you can just drive your boat over, drop it in, take your trailer back home, and you are waterfront. There was one for sale back here for $353. So you could buy this house, $353. The HOA, it's a small little HOA, and it's, I believe it's voluntary here for the boat ramp. But for $353,000, you could buy this and have Little Lake Winterset access in your community. Now, this one's been on the market for 192 days, so we could probably make an offer if you're looking at a resale. These things, you know, here it is. Here's the actual boat ramp. So you would get a key to this lot where you could come down in here and take a boat out, and with a pool there. That seems like a pretty good deal. But this video is going to be over an hour long now, guys. If you are interested in making the move here, let me know. Use the calendar link down below. Get on the calendar. Let's go over a call. We can do the map tour like I'm doing right now. We'll get what your wants, your needs, and what you absolutely have to have in a home, and we'll go over all that. We will get you dialed in and find you the best spot, because Winter Haven on the chain might not be the best for you, but it could be, and you might not even have known about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to throw a video up here that might be interesting to you. Check it out. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next week.